All right, so here's a problem similar to problem 4.1.47 on your homework. It says determine all critical points of the function. And then it gives you some function, in our case a polynomial. It says f of x is equal to 3x times 15 minus x to the third. Okay, so to find critical points, what I do is I take a derivative, I set that derivative equal to 0, and then I solve for the x values where it's equal to 0 or is undefined. So first I find a derivative. Here I'm going to have to use the product rule, right? Because these are not simple constants being multiplied together. So I first take derivative of the first term. So derivative of 3x is 3, and then multiply that by the second term, 15 minus x cubed. And then plus the derivative of the second term. So 3 times 15 minus x squared. And then remember the chain rule here. This is not a simple function again, so I have to get this negative 1 out. That's the derivative of the inside. And then times the first term, which is 3x. All right, so simplifying this a little bit, what do I have? I have 3 times 15 minus x cubed minus 27x times 15 minus x squared. Now you might notice that I can actually I can actually factor out a 15 minus x squared from every term, and I can factor out a 3. So I'm going to bring 3 times 15 minus x squared out front. See what I have left over. Well, the first term is going to become 15 minus x, and then the second term is just going to become negative 3x. Sorry, negative 9x. My bad. Okay, so what does that become? Well, it's 3 times 15 minus x squared times 15 minus 10x. Okay, so this is my derivative. Now I want to solve for where this is equal to 0 or is undefined. Well, this is going to be defined everywhere because it's a polynomial. Polynomials are defined everywhere, so I just have to figure out where it's equal to 0. So I set it equal to 0. And 3 is never going to be equal to 0, right? So that term doesn't really do anything. 15 minus x squared, that's going to be equal to 0 if and only if x is equal to 15. And the last part is going to be equal to 0 if and only if x is equal to, well, solving for x, right? So I move the 10x over, and then I divide out by 10. So I have 15 over 10, which simplifies to 3 over 2. So these are going to be my two possible critical points for this function.